Yo, what's going on? 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 What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome in to Thursday. It's Thursday. Crazy. This week went by really, really fast. The season has went by very, very fast because, as we know, it's week 15. Week 15. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Feels like just a couple weeks ago the season started, and now it's already basically over, which is a sad way to look at things, but sadly, that's true. It's how it goes. It's been a fun season, and we hope to end the season with a bunch of W's, right? We hope to end the season with everyone here winning their fantasy league, and that's what we're going to try and do today. So I appreciate you guys all stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the support recently. It means a lot. We just recently hit 6 million views on YouTube, which is a lot of views. I actually looked up how many views the average baseball game gets on ESPN, which is 1.5 million. So we have like 4 times the amount of views total on our channel as the average on an ESPN baseball game. So obviously, we're basically better than baseball. Obviously, that's a joke, but that's how the cookie crumbles. So I appreciate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I appreciate you guys all joining. We're gonna get on into the questions now. Shout out to everyone here. We're gonna try to win every single person's league here, hopefully, and hopefully the season doesn't end in a disaster. But we all know this game tonight is going to be a disaster. Anyone that's watching this game, if you don't have any fantasy players, if you didn't bet on the game, then you're a bit of a crazy person. But that's just how it goes. I appreciate it, Southern California. I appreciate it. So let's get on into things again. Thank you guys all for watching and joining the stream. I'm not going to sit here and just talk for like an hour. Well, obviously I am, but I'm going to answer your questions now. What I meant is I didn't want to yap on and on and on for an hour. Harry, Noah Brown, Quentin Johnston, or Reynolds. I'd go Noah Brown. Rendon says, I've never needed your help more. Do I start Douglas, Aaron Jones, or Zamir White? That's the urgent question. And then Kincaid or Fryermuth. I'd go Kincaid. I appreciate it. And then I'd go Zamir White. I don't like Zamir White, but he's clearly the guy to answer there. Joey, thank you for the super chat. You saved my season 1 year ago. Once again, I need a miracle. I lost Tank Dell and now Jacobs. Full PPR, Zamir White, Komet, or Samuel. Twitter is saying Zamir could get 15 carries and 40 with a chance to score. I do agree with that breakdown. Now, when it comes to Zamir White, and sorry if that made some noise, but I'm trying to get myself in focus. But of course, it just never, fucking camera's $150, never wants to focus. Maybe I'm too ugly for the camera. Who knows? It doesn't like me, but I'm going to turn the camera off for a second and fix that while I'm talking. So I do 100% agree with that breakdown that was given on Zamir White, right? I don't think anyone in their right mind should be very confident in Zamir White tonight because we've seen Zamir White get run in the past, and he's just not the greatest running back. Now, again, does that mean that Zamir White is absolutely terrible? Of course not, but it just means it's obviously going to be a large step down when you compare him to Josh Jacobs. Now, for Zamir White tonight to be very successful, I would say he needs to fall into the end zone, right? If we end up seeing Zamir White get 15 touches, he gets 60, 70 yards. If he doesn't score, you're going to be disappointed, right? Because Amir Abdullah is going to be the guy catching a bunch of passes. And Joey Ford just donated saying the same thing. I have Amir too for pass catching. I think when push comes to shove here, I think starting Amir Abdullah is a little bit risky. Now, he is going to be seeing a lot of the pass catching opportunities, but I think that if you start him, like, you're really hoping those 4 or 5 potential targets, maybe on a good day, end up resulting in a huge reception where he finds the end zone. So out of that grouping, I honestly think that Komet is probably the safest out of that group and has probably the same amount of upside as Zamir White. So let me just look up real quick. I just want to look up Komet's stats. So like I'm not lying straight to your face, but I don't think I'm lying when I say what I just said. If you are who you say you are, a superstar. Yeah, so last week 6 targets, the week prior 7 targets. Oh. Bears are playing up against the Browns. Being honest with you, I think I just have to go with Komet. I think it's either Zamir White or Komet. I'd find it hard to play Curtis Samuel if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't love I don't love Curtis Samuel like at all. So I think I'm gonna go with Cole Komet. I think Cole Komet feels the safest, and Cole Komet feels like like he has the same amount of upside as Zamir White. Because again, if Cole Komet doesn't score a touchdown, you're probably fine, right? But if Zamir White doesn't score a touchdown, you probably are left with 6 fantasy points, right? So that's again, I'm not saying that Zamir White sucks by any means, but I think I'd rather just go Cole Kmet, Joey. Hopefully that can save your season. Hopefully, hopefully Mr. Cole Kmet has a solid outing for you. Just got a text. 1 second. All right. All right. Zamir, I would go with Joey Ford. I'm going Cole Kmet. Thank you again for the super chat. I appreciate it. I would not get cute and play Abdullah. I think playing Abdullah is a little bit of a cute move. On Troop Bay, 24. I don't know why the fuck this shit's not showing on the screen. There we go. Full PPR league, 1 flex spot. Brian Robinson, Gus Edwards, Ty Chandler, or Brandon Cooks. Now, to me, this answer is one of Ty Chandler or Brandon Cooks. I like Brian Robinson, but I don't see Brian Robinson really being able to elevate your team into a position where he is going to score 20 plus points, right? Gus Edwards, same thing. Gus Edwards' usage has kind of dipped. Gus Edwards kind of has fallen out of favor in this offense. So I think best bet here would be either Ty Chandler or Brandon Cooks. Now, the question is, which one will it actually be? Madison is likely to miss week 15, according to the reports, which tells me that Ty Chandler should be a decent start. I think that the Vikings are going to rely heavily on the run in that game due to the fact that they have Nick Mullins under center. Their quarterback situation has been dog shit ever since Joshua Dobbs started playing bad. And then we got Brandon Cooks, right? High upside play, but also there's a significantly lower floor with Brandon Cooks. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you want the highest upside possible, play Brandon Cooks. If you understand that Brandon Cooks might score you 6 points and you're fine with that, then play Cooks. If you want the safer floor with similar upside, go Ty Chandler. Personally, I would play Ty Chandler. And again, full PPR doesn't really change things too much because it's not like in a majority of games, Brandon Cooks is getting 4 or 5 targets. That's really it. Emmanuel, thank you for the super chat. What's up next? So I have Ty Chandler, Gus Edwards if Pacheco sits, or I could pick up Gibson. And who should I drop? Kareem on the wire as well. All right. Emmanuel, did you leave who you got on your team in the chat? That is how I will figure it out. Did you leave who you got on your team in the chat so we can figure out who to cut? If I'm being honest with you, I really don't. If you have to cut one of these guys, I'm playing Ty Chandler out of those guys 100%. If you just need one, the answer is Ty Chandler if Pacheco sits. Because again, Gus Edwards gets those he was getting those goal line touches. He was a guy that was ripping off multiple touchdowns every single week. And now he's nowhere to be found. He's invisible. He's doing the John Cena, you can't see me. So that does really scare me, if I'm being honest with you, when it comes to Gus Edwards. Again, I still think Gus Edwards could pull a rabbit out of his hat and have that big game. But the question is, how reliable is that? And I would say it's probably like a 5% chance he actually even scores, 10% chance. So in my head, zombie, I'm going Ty Chandler. And if you need to cut Gus Edwards, I'll be fine adding Antonio Gibson. But I think if Brian Robinson plays, which should be the case, you don't really want to play Antonio Gibson either. So if you need just one, play Ty Chandler. If you need 2, cut Gus Edwards and pick up Gibson and play Gibson. I think Gibson's going to be fine this week. But again, he's one of those guys that he needs to do a lot with little, right? He needs to get those 5 targets, maybe take one to the cribbo or bust off like an 80-yard or 60-yard reception, right, on one of those, or have like 2 30-yard receptions, right, in order for him to be truly valuable. So I would definitely play Ty Chandler over Pacheco if Pacheco misses, and then if you have to, you really want Gibson, you can drop Edwards. I think Edwards is droppable at this point, if we're being honest with you. Maximilian, thank you for the super chat. Zay Jones, Higgins, or Pacheco if CEH is ruled out. Okay, you also have CEH, so that's a good question. I think I'm going to go with Zay Jones. Now, I understand that Zay Jones absolutely shit the bed last week, but if you look at his expected fantasy points, based upon how he played, how many targets he got, he was expected to score 20 plus fantasy points. This is a team without Christian Kirk that needs a wide receiver too. This is a team that is willing to force feed the ball to a guy like Calvin Ridley and Zay Jones. So while I think CEH might be the safest answer there, while I think CEH might be the biggest layup answer, right? CH isn't very good. Let's call a spade, right? We've all seen CH play throughout his career. Sure, early on in his career, he was fine. But once we saw Pacheco there, we all know how this shit goes. We all know that Pacheco is levels above Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So if Pacheco was to play, the answer is Pacheco. If Pacheco doesn't play and you're choosing between CH Higgins and Zay Jones, I'm going to play the probably the riskiest option on the board, and that's Zay Jones due to the amount of upside he has. He had like 12 plus targets last week. I think he could easily do it again. Steven Youngberg says, Flex, Flowers, Reed, Elliott, or Lockett? That is a tough ass question. And I say that's a tough question because you have three guys that I like a lot. You have Flowers, Reed, and Elliott. Now, when I say I don't like Lockett, it doesn't mean that I actually dislike Lockett, but I would say Lockett is, again, we all know this, very boomer bust, right? 1 week, Lockett is on top of the world, top 10 receiver. The next week, the guy's receiver 77, right? And he's the wide receiver 50, wide receiver 60. And then magically, he's the wide receiver 1 the next week. And you're like, how the fuck do you figure this out? Is it the matchup? Is it that? Is it this? It's none of that. It's just random. That's what it is with Geno, the Seattle Seahawks offense. It is completely and utterly random, right? I don't think there's any rhyme or reason why he plays great in one game, plays bad in another. It's just luck. So Lockett's out of the equation. If you want the safest bet, it's Zeke. The highest upside bet is Flowers. Flowers is a guy that ripped off 2 huge games in a row. Now, Zeke's coming off the running back 1 game. Up against the Chiefs defense, I think they're going to be able to run. Now, I actually do think this might sound crazy. I think the Patriots legitimately could beat. I think the Patriots could beat the Chiefs. Now, I know you might be saying, Nick, that's crazy. They're not firing, or they're firing Bill Belichick. They've already told him. You know what Bill Belichick is going to do? Says, fuck your tank, buddy. You're not tanking anymore. I was going to tank for Caleb Williams, Drake May. I'm not tanking anymore, buddy. We're going to try to beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are on fraud alert. The Chiefs are on life alert. I've fallen and I can't get up. They got to press that thing on their chest. I'm going Zeke. I'm going Zeke. I think Zeke's safe. I think Zeke's got a lot of upside. Zeke. Andrew Ray, thank you for the super chat, my man. I really appreciate you. Go Lions. What's good, Raiders defense or the Vikings? I think I would just have to go with the Raiders. I know that the Vikings defense, on paper, right, if you're comparing, Nick, whose defense is better, Vikings or Raiders? Well, technically on paper, the Vikings defense isn't great on paper. Not great on paper, but they are good execution-wise because of Brian Flores. Let's be honest. Raiders. You're right, Chris. We're going with the Raiders. The Raiders is the answer. This game tonight, it might be 7-0. I'm not even kidding. And last time I said that the game was going to suck donkey cock was last time we watched the Steelers versus the Patriots, where it was a slugfest, right? Where there's like 1,000,000 points scored. Everyone thinks the game's going under from a land down under. And then the game goes over, right? In like the first half. So I'm going to go with the Raiders. I'm going to bite the bullet with the Raiders. I know the Raiders aren't a great team. I'm not lying to you. But I'm going with the Raiders over the Vikings. The Vikings are playing against the Bengals. The Bengals are a little hot, a little spicy. I'm going with the Raiders. Manuel says you also have Mostert on the lineup. Okay. So I don't think you should be panicking too much then. If you have Mostert, who's very reliable, what I would do is just play Ty Chandler if Pacheco sits, and then I think your running back should be fine. And then we will go back to, I don't know what the fuck is happening on my screen. Scrolling way too much. Emmanuel, I'll get to your second part of the question in a second. I'm going in order. David says, half PPR running back, need 3. Eckler, Kamara, Rashad White, Gibbs, tight end, McBride, or Ingram. Oh. I'm going Ingram over McBride. I love McBride this week. Belichick's calling Tom, maybe John. But I love Ingram. I love McBride, right? I'm a huge McBride guy. McBride has been getting force-fed targets. McBride is great. He's the number one fucking receiver on the Arizona Cardinals. He is. But this week, you're facing the San Francisco 49ers. A great defense. A defense that might be all over Kyler's ass. Wax on, wax off, right? All game long, right? And that's going to make the passing attack hard to do. And again, my camera's out of focus. I'm going to just turn it off for a second. We got to go Ingram. Ingram is coming off his best game of the season. Ingram is, in my opinion, one of the more talented tight ends in the NFL, which is crazy to say after he couldn't catch a ball to save his fucking life as a Giants tight end. But we're going with Evan Ingram. Then we're going Kamara and White, and then it's between Gibbs and Eckler. Gun to the head. Playoffs on the line. Whether this is your playoff game or to get into the playoffs, we're going with Eckler. Because again, while I like Gibbs, and while I understand Eckler's up, down, in and out, all that, I'm going Eckler. Eckler had a gazillion target share, 20% target share, I think, last week with stick under center. Playoffs. So yeah, I'm going Eckler. Now I know some people might not like Eckler. I get Eckler has bet you over the table, David. I know Eckler has been shit at a lot of the points this season. 3 straight weeks outside the top 30 at running back, which is inexcusable for someone that got drafted as highly as Austin Eckler, for a guy that I personally had such high hopes for. So again, I wouldn't tell you to quit on Eckler. I'm a little bit worried about him, but I'm more worried about Gibbs. So I'm going Eckler, Kamara, Rashad White, and Evan Ingram. Make me feel better about starting Adams, Louis. I don't know what the fuck to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Let's hope Aiden O'Connell locks onto him. Need lineup for two receiver spots in a flex. You got Flowers in the rain. I don't worry too much about the rain. What you need to worry about in fantasy football is when it's again, the rain does matter, but it has to be heavy rain. I'm talking torrential downpour where you're watching the game and you got to like squint a little bit to see a little bit better, right? That kind of weather, right? Where like the field is all fucked up. You got guys running, slipping like Tua slipped when the game's on the line for the Dolphins, right? So that's when I start to panic. I don't believe that's the kind of rain that's happening. You got Noah Brown if he plays, Reed and Kupp for sure playing. You got to play Kupp. Again, I get why people are worried about Kupp. I'm worried about Kupp. But when push came to shove and I was actually making my fantasy football rankings for the week, I ranked Kupp significantly higher than I thought I would. He's a top, I think, 18 receiver in my rankings, and I didn't want to give him that credit, but I did. It's a great matchup for him. He is a very talented receiver. He showed it off last week, so you got to go Kupp. Kupp is for sure in there, and Reed's got to be in there as well. Reed has to be in there. Jaden Reed's been ripping off a lot of fantasy points. Christian Watson is out, or should be out realistically. So I think you kind of have to stick with Reed and Kupp. I'm in 6th seed and playing against the 1st seed for the last game before the playoffs. All right, Emmanuel, you're gonna fucking win this game. You're gonna hit this guy with the 619 Rey Mysterio here. We're going Reed and Kupp. Lock that shit in. Yeah, I don't think Watson's going to play this week, Michael. I would have to agree with that. Watson was a guy that suffered that same injury entering into the season, and he's like, oh, my leg, right? He's just fucking missing a million games. He's doing it again. Again, I'm not calling him soft or something, right? If I suffered some kind of injury that these NFL players suffered, you would never catch me walking, right? You would never catch me doing anything. These guys are top of the line men out there. You know, maybe off the field, they're not the best people. We all know that. But on the field, athleticism-wise, they're much stronger than I am. So I'm not trying to call him soft or anything, but yeah, he's going to miss some time. So Reed and Kupp, you got to play him. I'm not playing Jacoby Myers. I'm just not doing it with Aiden O'Connell. Noah Brown, I like Noah Brown, but I'd have to go Zay Flowers. So we're going Zay Flowers, Cooper Kupp, and Reed. I think Zay Flowers, again, he's very boomer bust, but he's boomed twice in a row. I think he could easily boom again this week in this spot. And then we're going Kupp and Reed. You can't sit Kupp. You can't sit Reed. And then Flowers is the best out of those other three. Go Bills, says Olave or D-Hop, Ingram or Kittle, Fields or Wilson. Thank you, Go Bills. Merry Christmas. I like your tree. Yes, I will. Keaton, just leave it in chat. Again, you guys don't have to super chat to get me to answer your question. I just always answer the super chat questions first. Just a rule. Because again, if someone, for instance, Emmanuel donates $5, Go Bills donates 199. If someone donates and I don't answer their question, I can't sleep at night. So that's just how it works. So Olave or D Hop, you got to go Olave. You have to go Olave. You have to go Olave. You have to go Olave. I know D Hop just took a dump on my chest as a Dolphins fan. What's up, Brian? I know that Olave is kind of dicey, right? Because Derek Carr is just not it. But I would definitely still go Olave. I just think on a week to week upside, week to week standpoint, he's much safer, and the upside is higher for him. Ingram or Kittle, you have to go Kittle. I am an Ingram guy. I technically go Bills. If you want safe points, I would say to play Ingram, right? Like if you feel like you're in a scenario where if you get 3 points from your tight end position, you are screwed, then play Ingram. But I'm playing Kittle because Kittle again has that game breaking upside. Now I understand that Ingram technically does too, right? Ingram scored 30 fantasy points or 33 fantasy points last week, right? But I would expect Kittle to be able to do that at a much more reliable pace. So I'm going Kittle, Olave, and then Fields or Russell Wilson. Let's consent. Let's check. I don't know. That was fucking perverted what I just did there. I didn't even mean to do that. I said consent and I went, God damn. The fuck is wrong with me? All right, so we're going to the quarterback. We're going to check the consensus rankings here from me. It's a consensus of just me. We got Fields at number 8. We got Mr. Unlimited at number 11. Technically, again, if you want the safe bet, you go Wilson. Wilson's matchup is way better. But I'm going Justin Fields. The rushing upside, even against Cleveland, I think he gets it done. So we're going Justin Fields. So again, if you want the safest bet at quarterback, you go Wilson. I go Fields. I go Kittle, and I go Olave. Lock that shit in. Throw away the key. If I win this week, Nick, you're invited to the carne asada. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Zamir White or Aaron Jones. You also have Connor. Ron Jones, Roto World. I don't think it's called Roto World anymore. Yeah, 30-second to a minute timer per question. It's funny. Back in the day when there was not, there's like 100 people here, when there's like 20 people here, I would go on for like fucking 5 minutes talking about a question. Aaron Jones limited again on Thursday. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm playing Zamir White over James Conner. 100%. And I don't trust Aaron Jones. Even if A.J. Dillon misses, they're going to ease in Aaron Jones. They did this earlier on the season. Like, ooh, ease him in. And then you start him and you're like, okay, this is finally the time. And then they're like, no, actually, it's not the time, right? So while I like Aaron Jones, I love Aaron Jones. Think he's really skilled. I'd have to go with Zamir White. I don't want to play James Conner against the 49ers. Chai says, start one Browning, Mullins, DeVito, or Levis. I love Danny DeVito. Tommy DeVito is his actual name. But I'm going to go with Jake Browning. I get that Jake Browning realistically has a tough matchup for you. But, I would have to go Browning. I think Jake Browning, even up against the Vikings defense, he's probably going to guarantee to get you 15 plus points. And at this point, based upon the guys you got, I don't think any of them are guaranteed to do that, but Jake Browning is. Jake Browning has shown off that he's actually pretty skilled. Maybe Joe Burrow's a system quarterback. That's a joke, obviously. But let's go Jake Browning. Feel very confident in that. Roy says, and I'll get to Keaton right after because I accidentally clicked on Roy, but I'm not going to just go back. I mean, it's going to be like a 30-second difference, but now I'm just yapping, so it's just taking up even more time. Roy, $2, $1.99. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Pick one, Zay Jones, Brandon Cooks, Palmer, Quentin Johnston, Pickens. I think Palmer, Quentin Johnston, you're just getting cute. Could Quentin Johnston or Josh Palmer have a great game? Yes. Yes, they can. But you are putting your hopes into Easton Stick. Okay? That doesn't even sound like a real name. Easton Stick? You want to know what an Easton Stick is? It's a hockey stick. It's a brand. Easton Stick. Hockey stick. Yeah, that was probably no one gets that. No one watches hockey like except for me. So, yeah, I don't think Easton Stick's very good. So again, while Quentin Johnston might go crazy, Palmer might go crazy, I'm just not doing it. I am not doing it. We're going Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is a guy that I think should be getting 4 or 5 targets. I get Brandon Cooks could be a complete and utter fucking bust. I get it. So can any of these guys. I feel the safest with Brandon Cooks. I'm going Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is the answer to your question. Brandon Cooks. Keaton. I still want to donate anyways because you're the Papa. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have Swift, Eckler, and Mostert, and my flex is taken. I think I'm going to go Eckler tonight, but I don't know if I should start Swift or Mostert. Apparently, A-Chain is banged up. That is true. I assume that's what you said, where apparently A-Chain hasn't practiced this week. Yes, he has not practiced this week. What I will tell you right now, that's awesome to hear. Latena Jenkins. Again, if I say her name wrong, I apologize. Everyone knows this who watches the videos every once in a while that I'm bad at pronunciation. I am a grade A dumbass. It's amazing that I even graduated college. All my brain, I say this all the time, my brain, like 99% of it is just football. The other 1% is like random movies that I bring up or TV shows during the video. So we're going Mostert over Swift. I don't think you should. I don't hate Swift this week, but Swift has literally been straight up ass for 3 weeks in a row, right? Like, how many times are we going to believe in this guy? How many times? Like, again, you can't bury him because he's the number 1 running back on the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Eagles could easily hit the Seahawks with a goddamn haymaker. So I'm going Mostert, though. Again, without A-Chain, doesn't really matter to me. Mostert's still the number 1 guy. He is the most touchdowns at the running back position, I believe, in terms of running. He scored 2 touchdowns against the Jets last time. He's going to do it again. Mike McDaniel, if you're watching this, I know you are. Run the ball. Run the ball. As a Dolphins fan, Tua's going to struggle against the Jets passing defense. Run the ball. Jam the ball down their throat. You better listen, McDaniel, because I don't want to be mad again. And I was really mad on Monday night when we lost to the Titans because we don't know how to run. So run the ball. Go Mostert. I already answered Roy's question, which was Brandon Cooks. Trojan says, apparently 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds in Miami. Risk playing Garrett Wilson or play OBJ instead. I'm also playing the Miami defense. So what I have read about the wind and shit is that the game is going to rain for like 3 straight days in Miami. Apparently it's still raining right now. Someone I follow on Twitter, one of the Dolphins fans, like, it hasn't stopped raining in Miami since we lost to the Titans. So maybe the gods are raining down on us, right? But allegedly, and I say allegedly, because it's a fun word to use, allegedly, shout out OJ Simpson. Allegedly, he didn't do it, you know? But what's supposed to happen is all the way up until game time, rain, everything. The kitchen sink. But then, at game time, it's going to stop raining. It's going to stop being as windy. So I'm still playing Garrett Wilson. I'm still playing Garrett Wilson because, again, I think people heavily overestimate wind unless the wind is crazy. And I don't think it's going to be that crazy. Now, Trojan, if we get to Sunday and I'm sitting here on the live stream and I'm like, holy fuck, it is very windy. Like, if I went outside, I'd get blown up into the air. Then it's like, okay. Then we pivot to Odell. But right now, I definitely stick with Garrett Wilson. CC, do you love me? 0.5 PPR. Need 3 out of Noah Brown, Chuba, A-Chain, Zamir White, Zay Jones. Skeptical if A-Chain plays. Well, if A-Chain plays, you're playing A-Chain. You're playing Chuba Hubbard 100%. You have to play Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard's going to get 20-plus touches. There's not a lot of running backs out there that are getting 20-plus touches. And I understand, oh my God, the Panthers are terrible. I understand. They're bad. But I'm going Chuba, going A-Chain, and I'm going Zay Jones. If A-Chain doesn't play, you just pivot into Noah Brown. Chuba, you live near Miami, and the wind is insane. Yeah, apparently that's what I've read. 30-mile-per-hour gusts, that's not surprising. I read online that the weather is really messed up. So, yeah, Penny Pounder, the Dolphins are winning the Super Bowl. Lock it in. Chuba, A-Chain, and Zay Jones. If A-Chain misses, then you just play Noah Brown. Pretty simple there. Zay Jones, super high upside. Like I said, he had 20-plus expected fantasy points last week. Obviously didn't go his way, but got a lot of targets. A-Chain, if he plays, you just kind of have to play him, do the upside. And then Chuba is a really safe bet weekly with the amount of touches that he gets. So Chuba, A-Chain, Zay Jones. If A-Chain doesn't play, then you just go to Noah Brown. Ramsey, thank you for the super chat. Josh Palmer, Addison, Josh Downs, Noah Brown this week. I am just going to plug my nose and play Noah Brown. I'm going to play Noah Brown. I understand Noah Brown hasn't been great recently, but if even if Nico Collins plays, right? Even if the miracle happens, fucking Zeus is looking down on the NFL. He saves Nico Collins. Noah Brown's still going to get force fed the rock. So I got to go with Noah Brown in that scenario, just the highest upside pick. Next one, Leo IGL. So my whole team for fantasy: Lamar, Jay Jettas, AJ Brown, Zach Moss, Zamir White, Taysom or Likely, Rice, benches Ridley, A-Chain, Metcalf, Mitchell. Any changes? Great question. So any changes that I would make is you definitely have to play Lamar, Jay Jettas, AJ Brown. You can't switch that. You got to play Zach Moss. I'm playing Likely over Taysom. Oh, this is tough because you don't have a backup chance. You don't have a. I guess I would take Zamir White out and hope A-Chain plays. And if A-Chain doesn't play, then you just go with Mitchell. That's what I would do. And then like Rice or Metcalf is hard as well. I'm probably going to go Metcalf over Rice. What do my rankings say? What do the rankings say? Survey says Metcalf. Got Metcalf at 11. Rice at 20. I love Rossi Rice, but I think you got to go Metcalf. Oh. Is Geno Smith practicing? Sorry, I'm making these fucking weird ass noises. Hopefully, no one's just listening. Hopefully, everyone's watching, so I don't sound like fucking. When you're watching tennis, and it sounds like you're watching like a goddamn gangbang on your television. Geno Smith feels really good. So I'm feeling really good, baby. We're going Geno. So we're going. I'm typing it out. I'm typing it out. I'm typing it out. I'm typing it out. Lamar. Jettas. Brown. Moss. A-Chain. If A-Chain misses, you go Mitchell. You're going Likely. What the fuck? My phone keeps vibrating. I just have so many friends, guys. I apologize. It's a joke. It's a joke. I got no friends. I got you guys. Brown, Mitchell, Likely, Metcalf. There you go. There you go. Leo, Lamar, Jay Jettas, Brown, Moss, A-Chain, Likely, Metcalf. I'm actually driving still at work, so I'm listening and not watching. Oh, Jesus, Marcus. Just got here. What's the poll question? So the poll question is basically just, hey, can you hit the like button? Is it like, did you hit the like button or not? It's basically just like it puts into your head, hey, maybe I should like the stream, you know? That's what it does. Leon or Kobe? We're going fucking Kobe. My boy. Kobe Chaos Covington. He's one of my favorite fighters. I hope he wins. He is one of the more boring fighters, I would say, because he does like wrestle fucking people, but his pace is unreal. He's got that cardio from doing something else. He always says so. The bedroom cardio. I love watching Kobe. He's funny. A lot of people hate him though. All right, let's go quicker. Pause. We need to go much faster here because we're like 8 minutes behind. In the playoffs, GOAT, and we're gonna give you a rifle answer here. In the playoffs, GOAT, we're going for our fifth. All right, we got to get another one. Please, Stafford or Fields? Stafford. 3 wide receivers and a flex. Cup, Lamb, Chase, DK, Watson, Johnson, Douglas, Logan Thomas, or Hudson. Okay. Stafford, Hudson. All right, we're just typing this in, Shane. Stafford at quarterback, Hudson at tight end. We're going Lamb, Chase, Cup, DK. Ooh, it's got to be that. It's got to be that. It's got to be Stafford. It's got to be Hudson, Lamb, Chase, Cup, DK. Lock that shit in. That was kind of easy. Some people definitely like Logan Thomas more than Hudson, but I like Hudson. I like Stafford better than Fields. Cup, Lamb, Chase, and DK. You can't sit any of those receivers. Can't stand Covington, but think he'll win. That's why I like him, because it seems like everyone hates him. And again, that's fine if you don't like him. I get it. A lot of my favorite fighters, I don't think like most. I'm a McGregor guy. I think a lot of people hate McGregor, but I'm a big McGregor guy. Finns or Browns? Gotta go Finns, especially if the weather's fucked up. Like with the rain. Like, I just don't know. How in the world is Zach Wilson going to carve the Dolphins up? Like, I see all these Jets fans on Twitter getting all excited. Oh my God, the Jets, they just beat the fucking Texans and giraffe neck CJ Stroud. They're gonna beat the Dolphins. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. Come on. I know we just lost to the Titans. The Jets aren't beating us. Come on. So we're going Finns, and then Ravens or Raiders. We're going Raiders. I don't want to play the Ravens. The Ravens matchup, it could be a straight up shootout. I love the Ravens defense, but I'm not doing it. Raiders, Finns. I also don't love the Browns matchup this week either. Finns, Raiders. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate it. Andrew says, Waddle, Ayuk, Jefferson, and Rice sit one, and please reassure me that Jefferson will not bend me over again, just like last week. Well, I can't necessarily assure you that because I don't know if someone's going to get hurt or not. But if he does play the whole game, he's not going to bend you over the table there. So sit one. Dude, my phone keeps fucking going off. A second. You just texted me. It was my dad. He's watching the stream. You can just fucking say it in the chat, man. Just say it in the chat. It's a joke. But yeah, we'll be live on Sunday. We will also be live on Saturday. There's games on Saturday. Now, I normally am with my fiance on Saturday, so we might. Oh, my mic is messing up. Okay. Can you guys still hear me? Fuck, what the hell is happening here? What the hell? All right, I'll stand a little closer to the mic. Sorry if I was going back and forth. But we'll be live on Saturday. I don't know what time it might be. I think the game started at 1 on Saturday. We're going to be live probably at 11, maybe, instead of 12. But you'll still get me for an hour on Saturday. So Thursday, obviously we're on right now, Saturday and Sunday. So Andrew, what I was saying is Jefferson could obviously bend you over because he could get hurt again, but I don't project him to get hurt. So what I will tell you is that I would definitely be very confident in Justin Jefferson. If you have to sit one, I'm going to be honest with you. I have Waddle. Technically, based upon my rankings, it's Waddle, Ayuk, and Jefferson. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'd rather just sit Waddle and play Rice. I think I'm going to have to move Waddle down the rankings and Ayuk up. Jersey internet doesn't suck. It's just the internet provider that I have sucks donkey dick. Fuck you, Optimum. All right, so yeah, we're sitting Waddle. We're going Ayuk, Jefferson, and Rice. Lock it in. Lock it in, Andrew. Jeffrey, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate you. Much love. I appreciate you showing up to the stream all the time. Appreciate all you guys. We're going to go a little bit quicker, like I said. Hey, man, please help. I don't know what to do. Pick 2 for the flex. CH, McKinnon, Samuel, Douglas, Okonkwo, Spears. Thanks, man. No problem. This week reeks of Spears actually for once being bad because of the game script. They're going up against the Texans. I don't think that the Texans with Davis Mills are going to be laying those hammer fists in there. I just smacked my funny bone against the back of the chair like a jackass. So I think Spears is going to be having a down game. I don't think I would want to start both CH and McKinnon. So I'm going to go McKinnon and I'm going to go Douglas. If Douglas doesn't play, we're going McKinnon. And then we'd have to play Spears. So McKinnon and Douglas. If Douglas does not play, I really like Douglas this week. If Douglas does not play, we have to go Spears. Because again, while I say that the game script might not go that way, it's still very plausible that they have seen how great that what's up, Silver? That how great Spears has done that they just want to involve him a little bit more. So I'm going to turn my camera off again to fix the goddamn blur, the out of focusness. Because again, you pay all this money for a camera, you guys donate all this money, and then the fucking camera doesn't work. But yeah, we're going McKinnon and Douglas. If Douglas doesn't play, then you got to go Spears. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you as well. Sloppy Joe's Sloppy Show. 1 quarterback PPR, T-Law or Murray. Defenses, Raiders, Vikings, or Rams. Flex, Gabe Davis, McKinnon, Chase Brown, Hunt, or pick up Zamir White. Those are all great questions. Okay. First, we're going to start off with the quarterback, and we're just going to go in order. So for the quarterback, we got Lawrence or Murray. Realistically, I would go Murray. Now, I think if you want to just talk from a pure safety standpoint, Lawrence might be way safer than Murray. Because I could see Murray having a great game. I could see Murray being the reason why your team is belly up and shits the bed. Whereas I think Lawrence probably scores less points, but feels safer. So if you know what, I'd go T Law. I'm not lying to you. I'm going T Law. Then Raiders, Vikings, or Rams. Let's just pull up the rankings. We obviously really like the Raiders. I like the Vikings. I also like the Rams. Ooh. I'm going Rams. We're going T-Law. We're going Rams. And then this is one of those choose your own adventure book questions. So T-Law, Rams. You want the most upside possible with the chance that you get butt fucked, you go Gabe Davis. If you want the safest bet, you go McKinnon. Personally, I would go McKinnon. I'm going T-Law, I'm going Rams, and I'm going Jerick McKinnon. T-Law, Rams, McKinnon. John, thank you for the super chat. John Koziar, appreciate you. Pick a flex in full PPR, likely Keaton Mitchell, Zamir White, Godwin, or Myers. Full PPR. I don't want anything to do with Godwin or Myers. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. I think we're going likely. I think we got to go likely. Do I actually want to go likely? No, but I think likely is the best option. Mitchell got ass blasted by the Ravens. There's all this talk about, oh my God, we're going to see that Mitchell's going to get more touches coming out the bye week. Mitchell looked so great before the bye week. And it's like, oh, he's going to get all these touches coming out the bye week. And then the only person getting touched was you, metaphorically, if you started him, because they didn't give him the ball. Zamir White is just so boring. So boring. Like, he's a fine play, but he's boring. And I want to have fun. I'm going likely. I know, Nick, you called likely fool's gold last week, and then likely went crazy. So I'm going to believe in likely. I'm going to believe in him. We're going likely. We're going Isaiah Likely over all those options. Isaiah Likely. Charles, thank you for the super chat, my man. I really appreciate you. Quarter playoffs, Mahomes, Fields, Tua. I got you with an explanation. Tua, get him out of there. It's either Mahomes or Fields. Tua against the Jets. Tua struggled against the Jets last time. Tua threw he's thrown 2 pick six to this Eccles fella who's on the Jets defense. That's like a third string fucking corner. He pisses me off. I hope the Dolphins win, but we're sitting Tua down. Mahomes I know has sucked, right? Gun to the head. You're in the playoffs. Are you really going to play Justin Fields over Patrick Mahomes? I'm just asking. I wouldn't. I would put my eggs in the basket of a guy that just literally complained, bitched, and moaned to the refs all week for him to go crazy. That's what I would say. I would say he is going to need to go crazy. He's going to have his big game. He's going to need to tell Kadarius Toney to fucking get back a little bit. Get back, mother bleeper. What is that song called? Get back, y'all know me like that. Whoop whoop. It's in Tropic Thunder. I think it's by Ludacris, maybe. I might be wrong. So we're gonna actually explain this here. Mahomes. How can you sit Mahomes against the Patriots? If you want the safe bet, go Mahomes. Or if you want the safe bet, go Fields. I think Fields is safer, but I'm going Mahomes. I just don't know how Mahomes can play this bad again. I just don't. I really don't. And then if he does, at some point, it's like, okay, we're just done with Mahomes. But right now, you have to play Mahomes. It's ludicrous. Luda. When I was 13, I had my first love. We're going Mahomes. Nicholas, my man, thank you for the super chat. Great name. Zamir, Swift, or Mitchell? Okay. I'm playing Zamir. Okay. I'll give you your answer here. Definitely playing Swift over Zamir. If you want safe points, go Zamir over Mitchell. If you want more upside, go Mitchell. So again, if you're looking for that real safe bet, right? Like, oh, I need 8 points, go Zamir. If you understand that, hey, Mitchell might get me 4 points, but he could also get me 25, you play Mitchell. Personally, I'm playing Mitchell and Swift because they have the most upside. But again, every matchup is a little bit different. And everyone's feelings are a little bit different. 76, Jonah Boy, I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Says it's your first super chat in the live stream, so I do really appreciate you. Is Palmer a start? Fuck no, baby. You play Palmer at your own risk, right? Some people will be like, oh, I want to play Josh Palmer. Do it at your own risk. And now okay. Let's look for 76 Jonah Boy's question here. Once this loads, try to get low. He said Noah Brown, Antonio Gibson, Jerick McKinnon, or Zamir White in the flex. I got you. I'm going Jerick McKinnon. I know Noah Brown is also a very exciting player, and I like Noah Brown. I definitely look. I just don't want to play Zamir White. I'm being honest. I just don't want to fucking play him. He's so goddamn boring. Again, I'll give you that same answer. If you want 8 points, play Zamir White. But I'm going Jerick McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon has been a hammer in the playoffs in years past. Jerick McKinnon is, if Pacheco doesn't play, in the perfect situation. Now, if Pacheco does play, then you pivot to Noah Brown. So understand that. Write that down. I just forgot what to say. If Pacheco plays, sit McKinnon and play Noah Brown. If Pacheco's out, play McKinnon. That's what I was gonna say. So we're going McKinnon. Thank you for the super chat. And then if you need to drop someone, I'm dropping Zamir. If you have to drop someone. Luda. All right, now we get to answer the regular questions. Only play Amir if you're desperate. I agree. Raiders or Browns? Raiders. Josh Allen or Stafford? Josh Allen. With Watson out, should I start London or Watson? With Keenan out, London. Quarterback, Dak or Fields? I got you. Dak. Connor, Hubbard, Zamir. Go Zamir and Hubbard. At receiver, I would play Tyreek and McLaurin. Nope, Tyreek and Noah Brown. Amir Abdullah tonight or wait and play Jalen Warren? Wait and play Jalen Warren. Is Palmer a start? No. Brandon Cooks, Zamir White, or Antonio Gibson? Brandon Cooks. I've had Mahomes on the bench for 6 straight weeks. Got Dak. Yeah, Booger Dog, you're a lucky bastard, man. You're lucky. I don't like Joshua Palmer. Could Joshua Palmer go out there? I said this earlier and go crazy. Yes, he could. He's that good. He's a good player. I really will give him credit. He's a good player. I've liked him ever since he was at college, I believe, at Clemson. But, dude, are you going to trust Easton? Now, maybe I'm saying this too quiet because I know my mic on stream is a little bit different than on videos, and I can whisper in the videos. But I don't know if I cannot fucking on stream. I don't trust Easton's stick. I just don't. Look, maybe you do. I don't. Need a defense. Rams or Chargers? Go with the Rams. Breeze, Zeke, or Connor? Breeze and Zeke. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. Then I'll get to Tyron. Third super chat. Throw up the threes. Thank you. I really appreciate you. I'm running the lineups right now. I don't know if my dad's listening or not. Playoffs. Standard, Mitchell, Dobbs, or Palmer? Hello, Marquise. How you doing, man? Oh. This is one of these questions where, you don't fucking sleep at night thinking about this one. I can't play Palmer. I don't think Watson's going to play. I know Dobbs was bad last week, but I don't think you sit Dobbs for Mitchell. I just don't think you do. Right? I don't think that you sit Dobbs for Mitchell. I just don't think you do. So I got to go Dobbs. It has to be Dobbs. It has to be Dobbs. No Dobbs shit the bed last week. I'm pretty sure the ball hit him right in the fucking face or in the hands and he dropped it. I had this conversation with someone in the chat or in the comment section. I'm gonna fix my camera, by the way. I know I'm dark, but I'm taking a picture of something really quick. But in that game, what's up, Gregory? There was a lot of throws by Love. And now someone said that they were watching the game and they didn't agree with me, and it's okay to disagree. But I really thought that in that game, from what I was watching, it seemed like Love was making a lot of great throws, and he just didn't get bailed out by the team. The team kind of sold him up the fucking river. There was a pass from off the top of my head that I remember where Love threw a laser to Dobbs or someone, and it smacks him in the face. He did one of those, the ones where you dive and throw it. He did one of those. and it wasn't completed. I think Love played good. I'm going Dobbs over Mitchell. I just trust Dobbs more. Should be watching you in 4K. Instead, your cam is like 11. Dude, it's blame my internet provider, honestly. They suck. Otherwise, the stream would be much more high quality. My camera's 4K. My camera's like amazing technically on paper, but it's just my internet can't handle it. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We're going Dobbs. Dobbs over Mitchell. Dobbs over Palmer. We're going Dobbs. Tyron, pick 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. Let's go Ridley. Ridley, Godwin, Kyron, A-Chain, Ford. There you go. Marvin. Thank you, Marvin. I appreciate you. Palmer, Cooks, or McBride in standard. Can't play Palmer, so it's between McBride or Cooks. I think McBride's guaranteed to get more targets. Now, obviously, targets aren't key in standard. But I think McBride is safer, and I think McBride could score against the 49ers. So, fuck it. We're going McBride. Now, it is really a tough question because it's standard. Because you really need in standard, you need to score the touchdown. Otherwise, you're just a straight up bust, right? If you don't score a touchdown, you are in the gutter. In the gutter. So I'm gonna go McBride. I just trust McBride's target output a lot more. Starter flex if Olave is out. Silver Rapture, I'm going McBride. Any word on Tyreek Hill? He's fucking hurt, and he did not practice today. That's the word. Bird is the word. Samuel, that was so stupid. I don't know why I just started singing that. Mitchell, Lockett, or Samuel. Olave is out. I'm playing Lockett. Olave is out. I'm playing Lockett because I think Lockett. I would just have to go Lockett. Like, we know how high Lockett's upside is. Now, again, I get Lockett hasn't been great this season. No one's saying that. No one's saying Lockett's the safest guy out there, but neither are Mitchell and neither are Samuel. Let's go Lockett. I would play Lockett if Olave was out. I just think he is the highest upside out of that group. And again, I don't really trust any of them. So I'd rather just go with, they're all untrustworthy. So I'll go with the untrustworthy guy that I could see finishing as a top 5 receiver. And any given week, especially up against that defense that they're going up against, I definitely think that is a plausible outcome of that game. So I'm going to go Lockett if Olave misses. Now, I think Olave is going to play, but if he does miss, you're going to go with Lockett. Abdullah or Cooper? Cooper. On flex, Brian Robinson, Terry, Addison, Jones, McKinnon, or OBJ. Who is most droppable? Most droppable would be Addison. I would drop Higgins and Addison. Trevor Lawrence or Kyler? I'd go Kyler. Do I start Breece Hall, Zach Moss, or Zeke over Diggs at the flex? No, you can't. I know Diggs has been fucking you, but you can't sit Diggs. A little nervous about A-Chain. Didn't catch the game. Box score didn't look too good. How was usage? Well, he's hurt. Usage wasn't high. He actually he dropped a wide open throw from Tua. Like one of those where if he catches the ball, I'd say he probably scores. Now, again, there was a defender near him, so I guess it's not like a guaranteed touchdown, but Tua threw a laser to him. Tua threw it into the perfect spot, and he slowed down instead of just running the route out. And then, like again, it was one of those where he threw the ball like half a centimeter too far, and like if Devin A-Chain didn't just slightly slow down tracking the ball, if he just kept running, he catches it. And again, he's one of those guys where whoop, and then he's gone, right? He just whoop, and he's gone. Now he's suffering from a toe injury. We all know toe injuries are bad. But if A-Chain does play, I think you'd be kind of foolish to really panic about him. Again, he's a guy we all know. We all know Mostert's the number one, but A-Chain's a guy that he catches 3 passes and have 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, that's how good he is. So I definitely think that people are really you might be overthinking A-Chain. But again, you didn't watch the game, so I guess that's why you're feeling that way. Zeke or Hall, I'm playing Hall. Start Hall. Devontae, DK, or Ayuk, I would go DK. 49ers or Raiders, Raiders. But if you can play two, I'm going DK and Ayuk. Should I start Njoku in the flex this week? Already have Kittle or roll the dice? I'd play Ford. One flex, Brian Robinson, Aaron Jones, McKinnon, OBJ. I'd play White over Charbonnet. With Kenneth Walker back, you should not be playing Charbonnet. Blake Huss says PPR. No, not PPR. Just pick one. I assume this is PPR or half PPR. Rashi Rice, Spears, B. Rob, Jacoby. I'm not playing Jacoby. I'm simply not. Jacoby Myers has been a good player this season. Jacoby Myers has been a bad player this season. And again, there is no predictability on it. It's not like 1 week he's going out there and he looks like shit, like he's running routes wrong. He doesn't look crisp. No, he looks good. We know who he is. We know how good he is. The problem is the team he's on. The problem is Aiden O'Connell. The problem is I cannot trust him. So we're going with Rashi Rice. Rashi Rice seems like the layup answer. Rashi Rice seems like he could be a top 10 receiver this week against the Patriots. Again, if Mahomes comes out there looking for blood, like, hey, the refs screwed me over, even though they didn't screw you over, and he's going to come out pissed, he could have a huge game. So I'm going Rashi Rice. Flacco, Geno, or Russ? I'm going with Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited. Andrew Ray. Ford, Chandler, Singletary, Charbonnet. Can't play Charbonnet because of Kenneth Walker. Even if they're still easing Kenneth Walker in, Kenneth Walker being out there is enough to completely and utterly devalue Charbonnet. So I'm not touching Charbonnet. The question then becomes Chandler, Singletary, or Ford. I don't trust Singletary because of Dameon Pierce and because the coaching has given us zero reason to believe in either of them. 1 week, we see a lot of Pierce. The next week, we see a lot of Singletary. The other week, we see we see Singletary and Pierce working together in tandem. Like basically a dead even split. So which one's it going to be this week? I don't know. But what I do know one thing though. Women, they come, they go. Saturday through Monday, Saturday through Sunday, Monday through Sunday. Whoa. That's a lyric from an old song. We're going Chandler and Ford. I know what Ford's going to do. I know what Chandler's going to do. They're both the lead back on their teams. Singletary, Charbonnet, not the case. Jay New says Montgomery or Gibbs. Look, a lot of channels I've been like I watch when we get closer to the end of the season is when I start watching more content because I just have more time. Like during the beginning of the season, like I'm so flustered trying to get a million videos out at the exact correct time, right? Whereas now the difference between the video coming out at 8 and 12 basically means nothing for the views. Whereas I think in terms of like week 1 through like week 8, when everyone's really caring about fantasy football, that does matter, right? So now I can just like post a video at 12 again. Obviously, it's not me being, it is kind of me being lazy. So I apologize if anyone like really likes watching at like 9 a.m. or something. But I'm seeing a lot of people really just slob on the knob like corn on the cob of Gibbs and kind of just dismiss Montgomery. Kind of just give Montgomery the cold shoulder. And Montgomery is the safest out of the two. And they both have top 3 upside any given week. The matchup's tough, but I trust Montgomery more. I know Nick Gibbs this, give that. I don't get it. I really don't. I think Monty's the guy that you want. Again, I could easily be wrong. So again, I'm not going to sit here and say like all these other analysts are fucking dumbasses and I'm the only sharp knife in the cupboard, right? Because we all know I could be wrong easily here, but I would definitely rather play Monty. Jake Browning or Kyler. Penny Powder likes Gibbs better. I definitely like Monty better. Because of the pass game, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Monty still gets targets as well. Like, do we expect the Lions to just roll over and die? Do we expect the Lions to just get raw dogged in this game again? Like, how could the Lions be that? Like, are the Lions just frauds? Because I think if the Dolphins were to get the Super Bowl again, I'm not saying that's a guaranteed to happen, but if they were to get the Super Bowl, I think the best chance for the Dolphins to win would obviously be to play up against like the Saints or the Falcons or something. But outside of that, it would be up against the Lions. The Lions look so different every single week. The Lions defense is legitimately soft as baby shit. Um, I think the Lions are, again, they're a very fun team to root for. I love Dan Campbell. I've been rooting for that team for a long time. When Stafford was there, I always rooted for them. But I think they're a team that's going to get, they're going to get, and again, they're going to get trounced in a playoff game if they can't, if their offense can't keep up. There's a chance they drop that they get dropped a 40 bomb on in the playoffs. I'm not even kidding. I think there's a chance that they get absolutely destroyed. And again, if they can't keep up because of how bad the Lions defense is. Now, if they can keep up, right? If it's like, oh my God, the Lions offense is firing at all cylinders, they could outscore any team, right? But if the other team's defense is like getting in Goff's head, especially if it's cold, Goff can't perform in the cold. He's an LA boy. Now I like Goff, so I don't want to make fun of Goff, but he can't perform in the cold, right? Once his nips start getting a little hard, the guy can't do shit. Monty's been a hammer. Just clears if anyone knows anything I don't. Yeah, I mean, I get why people like Gibbs because of the pass catching thing, but I don't know. I just definitely rather trust Montgomery more. All right, so we're going to be live for 13 more minutes because that's when the game starts. So I do appreciate all the super chats we got tonight. I appreciate everyone that is just hitting the like on the stream. That is the outside of super chatting and subscribing. The best way to help is liking. Another great way to help is when the videos are out is to comment. Again, I know I don't get to every single comment. You want to know why? Because there's 1,000 fucking comments and it's hard to answer every single comment. I just go kind of scroll down, click on one, answer it, scroll down, click on one, answer it. I don't really do it in any order because it's hard. Got to hire an intern. Likely or McBride. Yo, Nick, your weekly rankings have really helped me out this year. Number 1 and bye. Thanks to you. Stay up, King. Thank you, DC. I appreciate that. Very nice for you. Congrats on being the 1 seed. Something I realized a long time ago was how much easier it must be to play in fantasy football for you guys. Because again, not saying that your guys' leagues are easy, but because you're able to draft against people that have no idea what you're thinking, right? You're able to draft against people that have zero clue who you might like, who you might not like. When I do my drafts and someone takes a guy that I want, they're like, haha, Nick, I know you like this guy. Eat my ass, right? That's what they eat my shorts. That's what they'll say, right? It must be nice to be able to have your draft and not have everyone know exactly what you want to do. Now, again, I'm not really, I am complaining, but I'm not really complaining because you guys watch all these videos, so you guys really help me out. But my friends watching all the videos, they're the ones that are getting it over on me, right? They watch the videos. They watch, like, my one friend will watch like probably every single video I made from July until August, a day before the draft. He just sits there and listens to me all day, which I don't know how anyone can do. Not even my fiance can handle that, or my parents. But yeah, I appreciate that. It would be nice though to play in a league where no one knew what I was thinking. And again, there's no need to fucking rant about this because no one gives a shit. Opinion on Addison, Downs, and Palmer rest of season. My opinion on Addison is that I still think that Addison's really good, but I think I think Addison might be dead for fantasy. And I don't think that Addison's dead because Addison's bad. By no means. I think Addison's dead because Jefferson's coming back. Not really that. It's because of the quarterback play. If Nick Mullins goes out here and is slinging the rock, if Nick Mullins looks good, then I will take back every single thing that I just said. But if Nick Mullins looks how I expect Nick Mullins to look, then Nick Mullins is going to really sink Addison's battleship. Now, again, you do want to play based upon matchup, Ramsey. You do want to look at the matchup and base a lot of your decision making off of that. What I will tell you is rest of season, if Easton Stick goes out there tonight and Easton Stick is balling, Mo Bamba style, right? If he's out there fucking slinging the rock, Palmer's like wide open, great. I would like Palmer the most. In my opinion, Downs is the guy I like the most out of this group because I think Downs is the safest and in the safest situation. Then I would say Palmer and then Addison. But yeah, you definitely want to be playing the matchups weekly. I think just looking at it from here, like this far out, it is kind of hard to project who you think will be the best every single week because again, so much changes every week. There's DBs that are in and out. There are like even I know you might not think about this, but if a quarterback is going up against like one of so for instance, if Gardner Minshew loses his center, then it's like okay, we have to drop down downs because Gardner's gonna have less time. Same thing with Stick or Mullins, right? So there's a lot to look at. So it is kind of hard to say from like an outward stance. I would say like from far away, it's hard to say who's going to be the guy. But what I would say is if I had to rank them, Downs, Palmer, then Addison. Everybody, yeah, yeah. That new fucking Kanye snippet sounds so crazy. Everybody, yeah. And then he fucking starts rapping. He's talking about he's the king, Burger King. What a bar that was. Do I start Ferguson or Schultz? Ferguson. Do I play Zeke, A-Chain, Rashi, White? Yeah, go Zeke and go Rashi Rice. I told a couple news we added that Kelsey was going to be gone by the guy who targets him every year to bust his nuts. That's funny. Yeah, it's funny that we don't really have in any of my leagues. We don't really have like the early tight end guy that drafts an early tight end every year. We did play in a league with my dad's friend Jarrell, who passed away this summer, and he was the guy that always took like the kicker early and the quarterback early. It's a pretty funny guy, um, but yeah, every time he would just fucking draft like a kicker in like the 7th round, and then somehow like despite the fact that if you ever watch my videos in the summer, that is like a shitty idea. He always end up being pretty good, which is crazy. Quincy, thank you for the super chat. Olave maybe out. Should I fire up Devontae Adams? Okay. Let's do some research on Chris Olave because it seems like everyone is panicking on Chris Olave. Let's do some research. Out of practice with an ankle injury yesterday. Chris Olave misses 2nd straight practice. All right, so maybe we do need to worry a little bit. But it is Thursday. Who are your other Quincy? Who are your other options? Real quick, let me know. Who are your other options? Who are your other options? Because we easily could panic here, but I'm not panicking yet. But I'm saying we could panic if your other options are so bad. Then yeah, I would play Devontae Adams. Yeah. Let me know who else you got. It's Devontae Adams or waiver wire. Okay. Okay. And yeah, I guess in your scenario, you're kind of just pigeonholed into playing him. So yeah, I would play him, which sucks. Because I'm assuming your waiver wire. Like if you're in like an 8-team league, then you could go to the waiver wire. But if you're in like a 12-team league, the waivers are not going to be good at this point. So I would play Devontae Adams personally. I would play Devontae Adams. Sucks, but I would. Nola or Cincy D? Cincy. Nope, Saints. Would you rather have? Anyone else see that? Whoop whoop! That's the sound of the police. Would you rather have Aaron Jones over Higgins and Addison? Yes. Yes, it would. Terry McLaurin, Deontay Johnson. Oh, pretty meh. Yeah, I agree. I think I'd rather just play Devontae Adams. Adams, Amari, D-Hop, Reed. Adams, Reed, D-Hop. Raiders defense tonight, or should I go with the Browns? Miami on the waiver. I'd rather have Miami, but if you don't feel like you get them, go Raiders. I already answered that one. I feel like with no Keenan or Herbert, short week, and Raiders D on a good streak. Yeah, I agree with that. Do I start Zamir over? No, you don't. Goff or Browning? Goff. Goff. Yeah, look, I know Goff has sucked. I'm a Goff guy. I got Goff on a lot of my teams. Goff is on all of my like underdog teams that advance because again, if you guys watched during the summer, I was a huge Jared Goff guy. What's crazy is a lot of my teams with Tua actually didn't end up advancing. because I think I just went too heavy on Damian Pierce and like a couple of running backs that just ended up sucking ass. Now I still have I like had a lot of A chain, a lot of Mostert. They're like keys in every single draft, but some of my running back rooms just look like absolutely disgusting. And then like I have a bunch of teams that advanced. Uh, 1 second. Two. Okay. That with Chubb because I was huge into. I'm a big Chubb guy. Pause. So that kind of led to that as well. All right, let me put these touchdown scores in. First touchdown. I'm gonna go Jacoby Myers, and then we're gonna answer the questions in half of a second. We go Jacoby Myers. We go Easton Stick. Where's he at? Stick. Easton Stick. Mayor Michael. Johnston. And then O'Connell. Gonna bet each $3 on each of these. Now again, are any of those guaranteed to hit? The answer would be no. But it is possible. Anything is possible. Alrighty, and then we're gonna do Stone Smart as well. I don't even fucking see him on here. A B C D E F G I J K L M N. No, he's not even on this website. So I can't even bet him. So if he scores, I bet you I get my money back. Thank you. If A Chain can't go, I got Hubbard and Mitchell next. Thoughts? I would go Hubbard, Caitlin. Foreman, Myers, Downs, B Rob. Foreman, nope. B Rob, and Downs. Do I go White over Gus and Gibson? Yes. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not sitting St. Brown though. Trevor or Kyler, Trevor, White or Gibbs, White. Foreman, Oh, you have ETN, Charbonnet, Keaton. Go Keaton and ETN. Starting Eckler in charge defense today. Bad idea? No. I mean, dude, look. I'm worried about Eckler, but if you sit Eckler, you're gonna feel like an asshole, right? So you can't sit him. Look, he might be a really bad play, but you gotta play him. Ingram, Goddard, or Kincaid. Ingram. Gotta run. See you later. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up on the way out of the stream. I would rather play Zamir White over Gus and Gibson, yes. Lost Herbert the pervert. Should I drop Addison for Jordan Love? You already got Stafford. Yeah, I would do that. No problem. Javonte or Chandler? Definitely Javonte Silver. Definitely Javonte. Javonte's been seeing a lot more targets recently. Rock your body. Yeah. Go Moss and Javonte. What the fuck? I hate when DraftKings does this when I'm like trying to log in and it's like, oh, do you actually want to make an account? It's like, dude, I've had an account for like 80 years. I've had an account since the creation of this app. I can't even bet first touchdown anymore. We'll just bet Stone Smart to score and touchdown. A singular touchdown. Plus 6,000 to score any touchdown. Oh no, that's the last touchdown score. Anytime he's plus 16 or 1,700. I'll put $3 on that. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's my answer. Hope to see you next week. You will. You'll see me Saturday and Sunday, and then next week, obviously. Eagles at Seattle or Raiders tonight. I'd play Raiders. Gibbs or Olave? Olave, assuming he plays. Rank my starting team. Your receivers are lacking, but the rest of the team is pretty good. So probably like an 8.7. Did he actually not? That's pretty funny. Kyler or Baker? Kyler. That's pretty funny if he didn't ask. Everybody. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tyron. I appreciate it. Everyone should use the code if you live in a state where you can use underdog. Bye, everybody. Best of luck. Best of luck. Nick, if I win my league, you're getting paid. All right, you got this. You got this, Maurice. Just so you know, you don't have to send me any money. I appreciate trying to help all you guys, or I enjoy helping all you guys out. I appreciate all of the support that you guys have shown me this year. It means a lot to me. I think this is the biggest year in terms of views. We got 1.7 million views this year. Only 7,000. I say only 7,000 subscribers. I thought maybe we'd get 10,000 this year, but again, beggars can't be choosers, right? We just gotta be better. And I think next year the summer will be better. The summer this summer wasn't as good as normal, which was a little weird. Now again, I don't think it was anything. It might have been what I did. Like maybe I should have worked on my titles and shit more. But that's what we're gonna do next summer, baby. So I appreciate all you guys watching the streams. Genuinely. Any plans on the Patreon during the off season? Probably not. I'll probably just send out a bunch of messages to tell people to stop using or just to stop using the Patreon because I feel bad taking people's money. Like some people will forget and then you just end up like taking people's money. So I don't want to do that. If you are someone that plays Dynasty, I would answer questions on there about Dynasty. But outside of that, it's like probably not. I might put my bets out on there during the NFL playoffs, but again, that'll probably also be a video, so you probably don't even need to pay for that. So, thank you guys for watching. It's 8:17. I'm gonna go watch the game. Appreciate everyone for coming out tonight. It's okay. It's okay, Caitlin. It's not your fault. I appreciate you guys. I hope that you guys all had a great Thursday. We're gonna have a great Sunday, great Saturday, because there's games on Saturday as well. Doesn't everyone love that, right? You can spend Thursday watching the game, Saturday, Sunday as well. You got the goods, mans. Adding the humor to the videos, best stuff. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Krenz. So I hope you guys have a great one. I will see you guys again on Saturday. I don't know the exact timing yet. Either 11 or 12, probably more likely 11, maybe even 10. Good luck, everyone. But yeah, we will be live on Saturday. We'll be live Sunday at normal time around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Probably not earlier because I'm going to be up watching the Kobe Covington fight. And then if Kobe Covington loses, I'm going to be sad and not want to wake up. So that's how it goes. No problem. No problem. Thank you, Tyron. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you, everyone. Krenz, Maurice, DC, Victor, Simeo, Millie, Kendrick, Chris, none of your business, Kendrick, Booger Dog, I can fix your copier. Thank you guys. Everyone who's in the stream, I really appreciate you. Hit that like button on the way out. Have a great one. See you guys on Saturday. Video tomorrow. Video Saturday as well. Good boy.